Martians on the curtains.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the sea.
Everybody better dance to this.
Oh yeah.
Dancing time now. If you can't sing it, then you not hot girl. If you got ponytail, then you not hot girl. If you got thunderclap, then you not hot girl. Everybody keep dancing, yo. And if you can't shelly belly, you not hot girl. If you can't scooby doo, you not hot girl. You can wine like Junko, you not hot girl. Everybody dancing time, yo yo. Keep moving, keep dancing, yo. Everybody just keep jumping, keep waving, yo. Everybody just keep dancing, keep jumping, yo. Everybody just keep waving, keep jumping, yo, yo. Hey. Oh, oh.
Makes me feel like they dancing in the ceiling.
Keep jumping, yo.
Turn it up some more, coming back for my feeling. Makes a brother go dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Let's get to this.
Feeling. Makes me feel like dancing on the ceiling. Turn it up some more, got me going on feeling. Got the feeling like dancing on the ceiling. Oh yeah.
Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all.
Hey, hey.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Come on.
I wanna say big ups to everybody locked in right now. Those from near, those from far.
You better dance to this.
It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Healthy love night.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling.
How you feeling?
Turn it up some more, get out on the floor feeling.
I wanna say big ups to those who are locked in from near, those from far.
The ceiling.
Those on TuneIn Radio on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
Party
Greetings to ya.
feeling the vibe. Gonna dance till I wet in the club tonight. Sipping up some mint.
To the massive healing from across the pond.
Get on the
Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK.
horizon.
King Genius, Queen Genius.
Be all over me. So she wants to.
Blessings to ya.
Baby, take your time. What a feeling.
Keep dancing, yo.
Makes me feel like
Big ups to all the supporters of the Three Lions.
Oh yeah.
jumping up some more
If you know, you know.
feeling.
Come on.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling.
Somebody better dance to this. Yo, check it out.
Blessings to the New Jersey massive.
Wave them off, say put your rock up, and wave them off, say put your flag up, and wave them off. Keep dancing, keep moving.
How things over there in the Northeast.
Wave them off, say put your rock up, and wave them off, say put your flag up.
To my family up there in NIE Radio.
Satonica.
My brother from another mother, the motivator.
Come on, yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling.
Blessings to you, bro.
Hey,
Turn it up some more, coming back for my feeling.
keep dancing.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling. Oh yeah.
Everybody knows, keep dancing,
Also to New Jersey.
keep waving, yo.
Massive on mix102.com.
Keep jumping, keep waving, hey,
And their sister station in Jamaica, Earth 96 FM.
waving, hey. Everybody keep dancing, keep
Blessings to you.
yo, yeah.
Symbol.
Girls up
Much love, much respect, brother.
till we get mad up in there. Sipping Hennessy and Alizé. Forget about the pain. Everybody grab somebody.
I say big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
What I am seeing, there's a
Big up Mr. Lindsay, the veteran in the business.
on a feeling.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling.
Keep dancing, hey,
Turn it up some more, turn it up.
Always supporting the industry.
yeah. Hey,
Makes me feel like I'm dancing on the ceiling.
keep dancing,
Oh
yo.
yeah.
To the massive locked in on YouTube Live.
Up and wave them off, say put your rock up, and wave them off,
Blessings to you.
wave them off. Keep dancing, keep jumping, put your hand up, and wave them
Carol!
up, rock up, and wave them off, say put your
How things with you?
wave them off, say yeah. Oh.
G Angel, where's my sister?
Makes me feel like I'm dancing.
How the heat?
Keep moving,
Turn it up some more, coming back for my feeling.
Mr. Martians on the curtains.
Makes me feel like I'm
Yeah,
dancing on
To the massive locked in at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. Welcome. So glad to have you all.
Everybody keep
Couldn't do it without you.
and if you can't shelly belly, you not
So glad to have you.
ask for baby. You not hot girl, you can wine like Junko. You not
Believe me, I wouldn't try to do it without you. You know, you have my word on that one.
go. Keep moving, keep dancing, yo. Everybody just keep jumping, keep waving, yo. Everybody
It's on Michelle Montano, working out to Tony Curtis.
Hey, yo, everybody just
A track called What a Feeling.
hey, keep dancing, come on.
I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors.
Curtis, you better dance to
One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
feeling.
OJLDF is committed to protecting justice and equality for everyone, especially individuals who have been wrongfully accused, marginalized, or deprived of fair legal representation. At OJLDF, they believe every person deserves the opportunity to defend their rights, regardless of their financial circumstances. With democracy being central to the Jamaican identity and its institutions, there are a number of Jamaicans that are saying that they just don't trust the government anymore. And that number has increased to the breaking point of government instability. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, is dedicated to defeating the threat to democracy and hold public officials accountable.
and wave them off, say put your rock up, and wave them off,
How are they going about doing this?
wave them off, keep dancing.
Well, go visit their website and see what they're doing and how you can get involved. It's ojldf.org.
Rock up,
ojldf.org.
just dance to this. Hey, come on, yeah.
They have resources on there that shows you what they've been doing.
Oh, oh, hey.
You can donate on the website. And you can donate to anything that they're involved in, like any of the 3 lawsuits.
Everybody knows, keep dancing, keep jumping, keep
You could donate to Hurricane Melissa Relief. That's an ongoing venture.
waving. Hey, they say I touch, keep dancing.
You could donate to the tablet drive. That is also an ongoing venture where children are being provided tablets so that they can do their schoolwork. So check them out. And you can tune in on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. The Reason with Rattigan. With the rebel himself, Will the Rebel Rattigan.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Just go to One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation's website, ojldf.org. See how you can connect.
Get up, get up.
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands.
Everybody knows, put your hand up.
Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience.
Put your rock up, and wave them off, say put your
So go ahead and give her a call if you're in any of those areas or plan to visit or know someone that you want to gift a massage and you don't want to go to a massage parlor. You want it done in the comfort of your own home or your hotel where you're staying. Give Althea a call. 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000.
ponytail that you not act and lift.
She only has one request outside of paying her. It's that she get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done.
Belly, belly,
It's called the Kevin Steele clause.
so big.
You don't have to sign to it,
Take a wine like
but just know it's a thing.
everybody. Dancing time. Yo, yo. Keep moving, keep
I want to say thanks to Global Digital, the global base.
keep waving. Yo, everybody just,
Navigate your journey across music, event marketing, and more.
everybody just keep waving, keep jumping. Yo,
The Global Digital, global base family is a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery.
yo.
So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their consultation, free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotion. Check them out. TheGlobalBase.com. That's DAGlobalBASE.com.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned, licensed, and insured mover in the state of Florida.
Keep dancing.
So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville,
So pan up.
Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between. Want to put some things in storage,
Keep dance.
move something around the corner, somebody buying something from on social media you want to go pick up at thrift stores.
We have them all said.
You don't have the manpower, you don't have the transportation, don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740.
Turn it up some more, coming up.
Call them up. Tell them Kevin Stew sent you.
Makes me feel like we're dancing under.
Thank you, McNeil Trucking.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Dancing tight now. If you can't sing it, then you not hot girl. If you got ponytail, then you not hot girl. If you got thunderclap, then you not hot girl. Everybody keep dancing.
It's all that Merle to the world.
You not hot girl if you can't scrub it.
How you doing?
Not hot girl, it can wine like Tunku. You not hot girl, everybody.
How's the weather in cool Mandeville?
Keep moving, keep dancing, yo. Everybody just keep jumping, keep waving.
So what a feeling it is when you're feeling the feeling. You know the feeling.
Everybody just keep waving, keep jumping, yo. Hey. Oh, oh.
You know the feeling you get when you've done something that seems to be just a little bit extraordinary.
It's about a good dance.
You have that experience that just whenever you think about it makes you smile.
Let's get to this.
Makes me feel like dancing under the sea.
Yeah, that feeling.
Turn it up some more, girl.
I get that feeling when y'all call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. When you call up somebody, anybody, and everybody and let them know the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew is on. Come on over. Be a part of it. Thank you, Michelle Montano and Tony Curtis. Track called What a Feeling. And we're having quite the feeling right now. But when you have those good feelings, what is it that really makes you feel the feeling? Is it just because you can? Or is it something else? Like dopamine. Now, some of you might remember we're talking about desire in healthy love. Hey, darling Nikki. I see you popping in there, trying to be quiet and sneak into the background. No, I get big up. So, what is it that make you feel the feeling? You might remember, like I was saying, we're talking about desire on healthy love, on Real Talk a few weeks ago. And what kept on being the recurring theme is dopamine. So you meet somebody and you kind of click and you like them and they like you and something new happens. And you get that warm, fuzzy feeling. That's the dopamine working. But dopamine does a little bit more than just give you a good feeling when you've met somebody for the first time and you get the warm and fuzzies, or when you connect with someone like that. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. So, anything neuro is in the brain, generally. Brain, spinal cord. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. So it's made in the brain, and it plays a role as a reward center. And in many body functions, including memory, movement, motivation, mood, attention, and some more things. High or low dopamine levels are associated with diseases, which include Parkinson's, restless leg syndrome, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and more. So let's kind of jump down, get into this a little bit, right? According to clevelandclinic.org, dopamine is a type of monoamine, monoamine neurotransmitter. It's made in the brain and it acts as a chemical messenger, communicating messages between nerve cells and your brain and the rest of the body. So here it is, this dopamine is moving about and doing its things and making all kind of connections. It's like the social media guru of the body, sent out by the brain. It also acts as a hormone. And dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine are the main catecholamines. So that's a label based on having part of the same molecular structure. Now, these hormones are made by the adrenal gland. It's a small hat-shaped gland located at the top of your kidneys. Dopamine is also a neurohormone released by the hypothalamus in the brain. So, this dopamine thing, what does it do? It makes you feel good when you sip on a cold bottle of Ting on a hot day, right, J Angel? Dopamine plays a role in many body functions. As a neurotransmitter, dopamine is involved in movement, it's involved in memory, pleasurable reward, and motivation. Well, we learned a lot about that when we did Real Talk, right? Behavior and cognition, attention, sleep and arousal, mood, learning, and lactation. So, those of you out there that are into the baby feeding business, dopamine plays a role there too. As a hormone, dopamine is released into your bloodstream. It plays a small role in the fight or flight syndrome. So, this is where your adrenaline kicks in and you have to either run for your life or fight for it. The fight or flight response refers to your body's response to a perceived or real stressful situation, such as needing to escape danger. Now, again, they say perceived or real because it might be perceived but not real. Sometimes people, because of whatever experience they may have, may. The voice is low and sexy, but the music is at a higher level. Um, Merle, can you hear me better now? I don't know. I don't know. Um, everybody else, can you hear me? Let me see what is going on. Let me. Okay, I think I sound loud and clear. So Merle, turn up your device. Everybody else, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So the perceived danger versus a real danger. Sometimes it's just you that think that a situation is dangerous, and it could be because of a previous encounter in a similar situation, and so because of trauma, past experience, it's perceived to be a dangerous situation, and you have to run or fight. It's a thing. So dopamine plays a role in there. Now, dopamine also causes blood vessels to relax. At low doses, it acts as a vasodilator. At high doses, it acts as a vasoconstrictor, which means it causes blood vessels to constrict, to contract. It increases sodium and which is salt, and urine removal from your body. It reduces insulin production in your pancreas. It slows down gastrointestinal content movement and protects your GI lining. And it also reduces lymphocyte activity in your immune system. Now, dopamine is known as the feel good hormone. You want to feel good, activate some dopamine. It gives you a sense of pleasure. It gives you a sense, it gives you the motivation to do something when you're feeling pleasure. It's the feel good stuff. That's why when you've connected with that person that does that thing for you, that thing that only you can describe, but you can't find the words to describe it, and you just feel nice. That's the dopamine working. Dopamine is a part of your reward system. Now, this system is designed from an evolutionary standpoint to reward you when you're doing the things that you need to do to survive. You're eating, you're drinking, to complete, to compete, to survive, to reproduce. As humans, our brains are wired to seek out behaviors that release dopamine in our reward system. When you're doing something pleasurable, your brain releases a large amount of dopamine. You feel good and you seek some more of that feeling. Now, can that be addictive? I'm pretty sure it can. Because who doesn't want to feel good? Now, this is why junk food and sugar are so addictive. They trigger the release of large amounts of dopamine into your brain, which then gives you the feeling that you're on top of the world and you want to repeat that experience. So you want more of that sweet stuff. Whatever you define as your sweet stuff, you want more of it. Now, if you have the right balance of dopamine, you feel happy, you feel motivated, you feel alert, you feel focused. However, to every yin, there's a yang. So if you have a low level of dopamine, you might feel tired, unmotivated, unhappy. You may also have memory loss, mood swings, sleep problems, concentration problems, and a low sex drive. Nobody wants a low sex drive. However, if it's too high, then that could also be an issue too, right? Because if you have a high dopamine level, then you feel euphoric, energized, and have a high sex drive. Now, you may look at that and say, okay, that doesn't sound so bad now, does it? But with having high levels of dopamine, then you may also have trouble sleeping. You may have poor impulse control. And you may be a little bit more aggressive than someone else. In the grand scheme of things, in the mix, you have many diseases that are associated with high or low levels of dopamine. And there's a lot that is left to be learned relating to that. For example, doses of high or low dopamine, levels of dopamine, cause disease, or does the disease cause a change in the levels of dopamine? You kind of have to wonder sometimes. Can the answer be both? That's another part of the same question. Adding to the confusion is that the function of a single neurotransmitter like dopamine can be viewed in isolation of other neurotransmitters or other chemicals in your brain or body, and many interact with each other. So there's a lot that's going on. Now, with all that being said, there are diseases in which the dopamine levels are high or low. Some of these diseases, before we take a quick break, some of these diseases include the ADHD that we mentioned earlier, Parkinson's disease, restless leg syndrome, high levels of dopamine, you get mania, obesity, and addiction. Some diseases are there are associated with both high and low levels of dopamine, like schizophrenia. Some symptoms of schizophrenia can possibly be caused by having too much dopamine in certain areas of your brain. Illusions, hallucinations, those just don't necessarily pop up out of nowhere. They could very well be dopamine related. Other symptoms are possibly caused by not having enough dopamine in another part of your brain. Things like lack of motivation. So it's finding that balance in order to maintain that balance. As we go through the broadcast tonight, I want to remind you that the phone line is always open. If you want to share, if you want to discuss something you heard, you can interrupt at any time. 773-789-STEW is the number that you call, you text, you WhatsApp, you Telegram. 773-789-7839 is the number in its numeric form. Alphanumeric, it's 773-789-STEW. Really easy to remember. So use it up. Don't be afraid. It's available to you. We can have open discussions. You can just message me and we can have private discussions relating to any of the topics that I present. Also, as we go on take a break, I want to remind you to download your copy of the audiobook Empowered. Essential concepts and strategies every woman should know about self-defense. It's available on Audible. So if you have an Audible account, just go ahead and look up the book, Empowered. If you don't and you want to know where you can get it, visit kevinstew.com. There's a picture of the book cover there. Just click on it and it takes you to exactly where you need to be to download your copy of Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. I learned so much as I narrated this book. You will learn a lot from listening to it. I guarantee it. Get your copy today. Get one for yourself. Get one for a friend. Get one for a neighbor. Get one for a stranger. It doesn't really matter. As long as you can get one and share one.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon our homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at ojldf.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to ojldf.net, that's ojldf.net, and hit the donate button today. Thank you.
The pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Yeah. Turn to your neighbor
what they're going through. Tell your neighbor, I love you. You never know what those three words can do. Do me a favor,
So I want to say 5 words to somebody right now.
neighbor. Say I love you, no matter what.
Well, make that 6. First of all, I want to say welcome my cousin to the broadcast.
I love you.
I'm my blood cousin in real life. Hey Sharon,
Neighbor, I love you.
hope you're staying cool.
Yeah, 3 words that won't cost you.
And here are my 6 words. Now Sharon, you need to make sure that Kesha hear these words, because
I love you.
they're for her.
3 words that will never cost you.
Blessed Earth Date, Kesh.
What someone's going through. Words are very powerful.
I love you.
Take every opportunity to say, I love you. Look at your neighbor, say I love you. You never know what they're going through. Tell your neighbor, I love you. You never know what those 3 words can do.
So everybody,
Do me a favor,
if you can tell my little cuz,
turn to your neighbor.
a blessed Earth Date.
You, no matter what.
So Kesha is Sharon's granddaughter,
I love you.
who's celebrating another trip around the sun.
No matter what you're going through.
Love you, Kesh.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The sound of Code Red Band. Bringing us back from the break. Track is called Neighbor. So turn to one of your neighbors and let them know there's a lot of love around here. Here is some for you from me. Yeah, because it'll make us feel better. Again, this is where the dopamine activity comes into play, right? So there's a thing called what is it with what? All right, those of you who are watching or have been watching from the beginning of the broadcast, I don't know what it is with this switch with switching to the topic, but it'll be okay. Can medication cause effects that influence dopamine levels? Well, the answer to that question is yes. Love you, baby girl. The answer is yes, Merle. There are medications that can affect dopamine levels. And it's funny that you should go in that direction, because we're going to be talking about dopamine antagonists. Now, these are medications that keep dopamine from activating certain types of cells in your body and in your brain. Blocking dopamine slows down the activity those cells control, and dopamine antagonists mainly treat mental health conditions that involve excessive brain activity, but can also help with severe nausea and vomiting. So, according to Cleveland Clinic, these are drugs that keep certain types of cells in your brain from activating. They're a key type of drug for treating certain mental health conditions and symptoms, especially psychosis and schizophrenia. And in simple terms, they're dopamine receptor blockers. That's what they are. So we learned in the first segment that dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's a chemical that your brain uses for communication and control of certain processes. Cells throughout your nervous systems have receptors, which are like locks on their surfaces. And neurotransmitters, these act like keys. I was going to demonstrate using my hands, but the demonstration was not fit for airplay. Um, oh, well, maybe it is. So, kind of like interlocking, just like that. So, you have your locks and your keys, and boom, they interlock and then they work, right? So, your neurotransmitters are the keys and they have very specific shapes, and neurotransmitters fit into receptors so they can unlock and activate those cells. Dopamine antagonists fit into dopamine receptors but do not activate them. Instead, they block receptor activation. So think of them like a placeholder card for a seat at a special event. It isn't the same thing as a person sitting in a chair, but you still know that chair is not for you. Or if you ever bought a laptop computer that has a slot for a SD card, then some of those computers have a little placeholder in them. It's not an SD card, but it fits like one. So you take it out and you put an SD card in it, and you can expand the memory or use that card to transfer data to your computer, whatever you want to use it for. That's how that works. And that's how the dopamine antagonists work with the receptors. They block receptor activation. Dopamine antagonists treat different conditions depending on the targeted receptors. Different types of drugs can block dopamine receptors, and many of these affect multiple types of receptors. Some can activate certain receptors while blocking others. Dopamine antagonists medications generally fall into two classes. You have your antipsychotic drugs and your antiemetic drugs. These are the ones that you use to treat nausea and vomiting. Now, many of these drugs can treat both psychosis symptoms and nausea symptoms. However, not all of them see widespread use for both. Antipsychotic drugs can treat many conditions, including, but not limited to, schizophrenia, and other conditions that are on the spectrum of disorders relating to schizophrenia, like schizoaffective disorder, schizophreniform disorder, and the likes. Yeah, bipolar disorder, delusional disorder, mania, major depressive disorder without psychotic features, severe agitation, borderline personality disorder, substance-induced psychotic disorders. Antipsychotic drugs that are dopamine antagonists then are your first generation or your typical antipsychotics, which include things like, and I'm gonna list out some drugs here, thorazine and prolixin and permetil, your haldol, adusuvir, laxetine, moban, trilofan, orap, compazine, compro, navine, malari, stelazine. Now, if you know any of these drugs, of course, there's a scientific name for them also, but I figured you'd pretty much know the name that the product is put out under, the drug is put out under. And the brand name for some of these medications are no longer available in the US, but generic versions still are. Then you have your second generation atypical antipsychotics. Things like Abilify, Aristada, Secuado, Saffris, Rexulti, Vraylar, Chlorazil, um, Clozaril, and the spin-offs from it, Panapt, Calypta, Latuda, Zyprexa, Seroquel, Inviga. It's an extensive list. And then you have anti-emetic drugs that are dopamine antagonists. So these are the drugs that treat nausea and vomiting, and they do so by blocking dopamine receptors. Kind of crazy that your dopamine receptors can cause nausea and blocking them. So something that makes you feel good makes you feel bad. Weird, right? But many of these drugs are mainly used as antipsychotics. Some of them are. Did I mention any of them before? Yeah, I mentioned Zyprexa and Compazine, Thorazine, Haldol. Your Reglan, Barhemis. I don't even know some of these drugs. Inapsine. Some these are your get rid of your nausea drugs. So these are your dopamine receptor blockers in drug form that takes care of nausea and vomiting. Now, there's one medication, domperidone, that also falls under this class, and the the FDA banned domperidone in 2004, but may approve use for treating digestive tract conditions in rare cases. And so it is a apply for it on a case by case consideration kind of a thing. Now, you might ask the question, oh, I might need to put up a screen chart. I've considered that from time to time. And I will definitely take it into consideration, Merle. Thank you very much. Now, there might be the question of how common are prescriptions for dopamine antagonists. Well, they are pretty common. Millions of adults in the US have prescriptions for medications of this type, your dopamine antagonists. Now, are there risks? Are there benefits? Of course, with everything, you have to weigh pros and cons, right? The dopamine antagonists are useful because they slow down the activation of certain types of cells. And depending on the class of drug, now that can have different benefits. Dopamine antagonists are extremely helpful and sometimes life-saving when used to treat psychosis. Psychosis-related conditions are often difficult to treat with other medications. Now, without these drugs, many people would need long-term or even lifelong, around-the-clock mental health care. So, don't sleep on some of these drugs and don't think that they're all bad. Psychosis can be dangerous, both directly and indirectly. And people with psychosis may be vulnerable to people who want to take advantage of their condition. Much less commonly, people with psychosis may be a danger to themselves or others. Antipsychotics reduce vulnerability and keep those who take them safer from many forms of harm. For most people, feeling nauseated and vomiting this is unpleasant and or quite inconvenient. For some people, it can be quite dangerous. One particular example is people who have cancer. Now, many cancer treatments, especially chemotherapy, can cause nausea and can be caused to the point where it's so severe it becomes dangerous. Dopamine antagonists are a possible alternative when other drugs don't work. These drugs are also helpful for stopping nausea and vomiting that are common when general anesthesia wear off after surgery or medical procedures. The possible risks and complications with dopamine antagonists depend on a number of factors, especially the medication that you take. Your health history and other factors also play a bit of a role. Now, some of the possible side effects of dopamine antagonists include your inability to hold still. So I guess you're kind of jittery. Dystonia, tardive dyskinesia. Now, funny enough, side note, I ended up talking about this topic tonight because for months now, I've been wanting to address tardive dyskinesia. And it's this condition where there's involuntary twitching. When I started looking into tardive dyskinesia, it led me to dopamine. And I thought it was really interesting that just recently we looked at dopamine in another sense, where we looked at desire and the role that dopamine plays there. Here it is. Dopamine is involved in another type of condition. And that led me now to look at dopamine in this extensive form. But I digress. Possible side effects of dopamine antagonists. Again, tardive dyskinesia. Heart rhythm changes, similar to QT syndrome. Orthostatic hypotension, which is low blood pressure when you stand up suddenly, that causes dizziness or fainting. Quite similar to that of vertigo. I used to have that as a child. Neuroleptic malignant syndrome, rare and life-threatening. Sedation, including feeling tired or sleepy. Prolactin hormone level changes causing missed periods or leaky discharge from your breasts when you are not breastfeeding. And it can aggravate symptoms of restless leg syndrome. Again, your healthcare provider can tell you more about the possible risks and complications that you're most likely to experience, but they can also tell you what you can do to minimize or avoid some of these. How long can an individual take dopamine antagonists? Well, some are medications that you only need in certain situations. Your nausea drugs are examples of that. Others, like your antipsychotic medications, well, you could end up taking those for life. So, thank you, G Angel. So, it varies from, again, case by case, what your need is at the time and how much of assistance you could need from these antagonists, these dopamine antagonists. Whether you can work or drive while taking dopamine antagonists, it also varies. several of these medications can make you feel tired or sleepy, and you may be unable to go about your regular routine as normal. Your healthcare provider again comes into play. That's the best person to talk with when you need to take any of these drugs. So don't go too far from your healthcare provider, because believe me, that can be a problem. Now, we briefly mentioned high levels of dopamine and low levels of dopamine and what happens with them. Dopamine deficiency is something that I want to address, because again, when you have high levels of dopamine, you kind of just feel good. You're in a euphoric state. But the negative side of that is, if you're constantly feeling good, then you constantly kind of feel energized and you constantly not want to sleep. So it can lead to insomnia, having these high levels of dopamine. You want to maintain a healthy balance, right? And so we're going to take another quick break, and we're going to look at dopamine deficiency. Again, we kind of touched on it just now with what happens with low levels of dopamine. But there's a few things that I want to point out as it relates to it directly. So call a friend, tell a friend, stick and stay, take a break, come right back, bring somebody with you. It's Healthy Love on Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew. We'll be right back after these messages, if they will play.
Global Digital Records, your gateway to the world stage. Music production to music rights and royalty administration. An exclusive radio promotion through the Global Digital Radio Syndicate. We don't just play your music, we position it. Broadcasting across multiple stations, reaching audiences worldwide. Contact globaldigitalrecords.com or call 954-998-8034, where your music meets the world.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew, Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And Brother Mitch, Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can't direct the thing. I did not. Foundation! People just get the app.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew on the Night Shift Radio Show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin Stew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the Night Shift Radio Show, Christine. Just a heart it up. Loud.
Streets are busy, bars are packed. I'm lost in the crowd. There you are, standing in the back. Can't hear what you're saying 'cause the music's so loud. Come take my hand, let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Fill my glass with something new. Put me in the mood. Make me feel so good. Tonight I wanna dance with you. So here's what you'll do. Make me feel so good. When I'm with you, come take my hand. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Come take my hand. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Come take my hand. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance. Your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance.
Oh, Merle,
Tonight's your chance.
you make me feel so good. Thank you very much. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Tonight's your chance.
The sound of Rachel David Lee. Track called Make Me Feel So Good. And you know, reading the comments that you guys leave in the comment section, and some of the messages that you guys will send to me, I truly appreciate of it. It really stimulates my dopamine levels. Makes me feel so good. Now, welcome back to the broadcast. Those of you just joining in, thank you for joining. It's Healthy Love Night, and we're looking at dopamine, the highs and the lows. What we have learned about dopamine so far is that it's a neurotransmitter and it's also a hormone. It communicates chemical messages between nerve cells in your brain or between your brain and the rest of your body. It plays an important role in many of your body's functions: memory, motivation, learning, reward, and movement. Dopamine deficiency means having low levels of dopamine. And low dopamine levels are linked with certain health conditions like your Parkinson's disease, depression, and it may also make you more susceptible to taking risks or developing addictions. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter, is made in select areas of your brain. You could have low dopamine levels if there's an injury to the areas of your brain that make dopamine. It's a thing. It can happen. Excuse me. You could also have a low dopamine level if your body doesn't properly respond to dopamine. If there's a problem with nerve cell receptors that pick up and pass along the chemical message. Certain health conditions are linked to dopamine deficiency. People with Parkinson's disease have a loss of nerve cells and dopamine in particular in areas of their brain. And people with cocaine addictions need more and more of the drug to achieve the positive effect because of the damaged dopamine receptors in the brain and decreased dopamine release. You see how people get addicted to certain types of drugs. Now, symptoms of dopamine deficiency may include a lack of motivation. So you don't have that drive that you used to have. You're tired. You can't concentrate. You're moody or anxious. You don't feel pleasure from previously enjoyable experiences. You're depressed. You feel hopeless. You have a low sex drive. You have trouble sleeping, or you have disturbed sleep. Other symptoms of low dopamine levels would include hand tremors or other tremors when you're at rest, loss of balance or coordination, increased muscle or limb stiffness, muscle cramps. Some of the symptoms that you get from Parkinson's disease. There's restless leg syndrome, problems with short term memory, managing daily tasks, and solving simple thinking problems. So you have symptoms of cognitive change, problems with anger and low self esteem, anxiety, forgetfulness, impulsiveness, and lack of organizational skills. The things that are associated with ADHD. Then you have some of the negative symptoms of schizophrenia, where you have social withdrawal, reduced emotions, and there's a lack of feeling of pleasure. And then there are your gastrointestinal issues, like chronic constipation. There are many symptoms of dopamine deficiency, and I'm not too sure many of us really associated constipation with dopamine deficiency. But I can understand how it would be depressive. You know, when you just can't go, it's not a good feeling. Your symptoms as it relates to dopamine deficiency would be quite different if your low dopamine level were associated with, say, Parkinson's disease than they would be if they were associated with schizophrenia. So what you may experience really depends on your underlying issue. So don't go self-diagnosing. It is important that you do speak with a medical professional and run the required tests. Now, funny enough, dopamine deficiency is not a medical diagnosis. Healthcare providers rarely check dopamine levels. A blood test alone does not provide much useful information either. For example, a blood test can measure dopamine levels but can't determine how your brain responds to dopamine. Instead, your healthcare provider will gather your medical history, ask lifestyle questions, including if you use alcohol or drugs, ask about your symptoms, examine you, and order any needed tests based on your symptoms. And with this information now and the findings from your tests, then your healthcare provider will determine if you have a medical condition related to low dopamine levels. So, of course, you need to go run some tests. And again, a blood test is not how you diagnose it. So if your healthcare provider suspects that you have Parkinson's disease, they may order a dopamine transporter test. And this is an imaging test that involves injecting a radioactive agent into your bloodstream. So it's like a dye. And then track it using single photon emission computed tomography, or your SPECT test. If you have Parkinson's disease, damaged nerve cells or loss of dopamine in the affected areas of your brain create a distinct pattern that is visible on the scan. So your medical professionals know what it is that they're looking for with some of these tests. How are some of these conditions that are linked to dopamine deficiency treated? Well, it depends again on the underlying cause. Parkinson's, for example, maybe you may get um, levodopa as a prescription. In some cases, dopamine antagonists such as pramipexole, which is the brand is the Mirapex or the Requip or New Pro, maybe what your doctor may prescribe. Dopamine antagonists work by mimicking dopamine, causing nerve cells to react in the same way. With restless leg syndrome, there's another set of um, drugs. Some of them are the same that are used in Parkinson's disease. In depression, you have selective serotonin uptake inhibitors like Prozac that affect both neurotransmitters and serotonin and dopamine to make them work. With ADHD, you have Concerta, Ritalin, and I really don't even like mentioning some of these drugs. Like Ritalin is one that if my child has ADHD, I would never give my child Ritalin. I have seen what that drug can do, and it is zombie creating. I guess there are some instances where it would need to be used, and I get that. But if at any point in time you can minimize the use of these types of drugs, then do so. Which leads us to the other question. Can dopamine levels be increased naturally? Well, if you think you have a low dopamine level, you want to definitely talk with a healthcare professional first, right? You may have a disease that's associated with dopamine deficiency that is treatable. And if an illness cannot be diagnosed, you may wish to try remedies that naturally increase dopamine. Now, keep in mind, it is said that further research is needed on the effects of food on neurotransmitters, such as dopamine. Truth telling to heal, greetings, welcome to you. And I didn't even know that you have that call sign. Ladies and gentlemen, remind me to make mention of truth telling to heal. The Emerald Journey. So you switched accounts. And CL Brown, much love, brother. Long time. Please give Luna and Sunday a big hug for me. Some of you might remember CL Brown being a guest with me and me reading some of his poems. Awesome, awesome guy. And is only outdone by his two beautiful daughters. And let's not leave out their mother. But you know who started the show, the girls. All right, so I digress. Dealing with dopamine. Keep in mind, treating dopamine situations with food still in its experimental stage. So eat a diet that is high in magnesium and tyrosine rich foods. These are the building blocks of dopamine production. Tyrosine is an amino acid. It's absorbed in your body and then goes to your brain, where it is converted into dopamine. Foods known to increase dopamine include chicken, real chicken. Chicken, this is why people that get real chicken, they tend to be a little bit happier than the others. They would lose it. You can tell them, you can play it for them. Just when you see them again, just let's go to this section of the broadcast, pull it up, go to this section of the broadcast, and play it for them. Let them hear it. So, Eat a diet that's rich in high in magnesium, tyrosine. So these foods include chicken, almond, apples, avocados, bananas, beets, chocolate, green leafy vegetables, green tea, lima beans, oatmeal, oranges, peas, sesame, and pumpkin seeds, tomatoes, turmeric, watermelon, and wheat germ. Now, some of these that I just mentioned, people may have allergic reactions to some of them. Cool, no problem. You don't have to do all of them. You can do the ones that work well with you. Some may have some GI issues and can't consume again. Sorry, some of these products, some of these foods, some of these fruits. That's okay. You don't have to do all of them. If you can do some of them and do them in combination, then awesome. Go for it. Engage in activities that make you happy or feel relaxed. This is thought to increase dopamine levels, and these include exercise, meditation, yoga, massages, playing with a pet, walking in nature, reading a book. I would add a few more things to this, but those would probably be like a short term high than some of these examples. Um, People generally feel good when they have sex. So if you have a partner and this is a part of your journey, go ahead, go for it. If there's someone that you can call, make a phone call and thank them in the end. It just might work. Again, I'm no doctor. There's no DR before my name. There's a DJ. So I may save your life in a different kind of a way. I might play a tune that you like and it just make you feel good. If that is the case, send me a message. Hey, Stu, I'm going through it. Can you play this song for me? If it's on this broadcast and I can do it, I will do it. All right. And musical therapy is coming up in just a moment. So stick around for that. There are supplements that raise dopamine levels. Your tyrosine, again. There's L-theanine, vitamin D, which of course, and CL Brown can tell you about this. Vitamin D, go out in the sun and get you some vitamin D. It's free, it's available. Don't go too too late in the morning. You want to catch the prior to 10 o'clock sun or the after 5 o'clock sun. Those help with your vitamin D levels. B5, B6, these vitamins are needed to make dopamine. Your omega-3 essential fatty acids are important. Magnesium is important. Go ahead and get them into your diet whichever way you can. And if you have to take them as supplements, then go for it. Low dopamine levels cannot be looked at in a black and white way. Please take note. It's a very complex subject. And it's important to know that low dopamine levels don't cause medical conditions. There's a link or association, but low levels do not directly cause medical conditions. What's even more confusing are the concepts of causation and correlation. For example, a lower dopamine level or lower dopamine levels on a whole are linked with obesity. And it's known that foods that you eat and exercise can affect how your brain uses dopamine. However, poor food choices and lack of motivation or motivation to exercise cause a low dopamine level or does a low dopamine level in the brain trigger the reward system that makes choosing junk food and not exercising more pleasurable. That's another question and it makes it more confusing. And yes, Merle, some vitamin S. So get your private doctor, your night nurse, whomever it is, and get some. What I really want to touch on real quickly too is the flip side. Your high levels of dopamine. A dopamine high is a temporary spike in the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter. And it's triggered by rewarding activities like eating, winning, or certain substances, and it brings intense feelings of euphoria, hyper motivation, and focus. However, chasing these highs can lead to addiction. It can lead to burnout. It can lead to impulse control issues. So be mindful of that. Common triggers. Natural boosts come from experiences like sex, listening to music, achieving a goal, eating your favorite food, and more intense and addictive artificial highs are triggered by substances like alcohol, cocaine, gambling. When you ever realize how you feel sometimes when you buy that scratch off and you win, so you buy a $5 scratch off and you win like $100, makes you want to buy like five more, right? You feel good. It's that high, but that gambling, it triggers that dopamine release. Sometimes that alcohol, just you just feel so good, you just feel so relaxed. It's that, again, dopamine high that's not quite natural. Yeah, alcohol may be a natural product, but it's not a natural high. Your physical and mental symptoms. During a high, you may experience intense excitement, elevated energy, heightened sex drive, and decreased need for sleep. You need to watch out for that decreased need for sleep, because here's what happens. You're gonna crash. So, of course, there's a downside to the high side. Consistently overloading the brain's reward center can desensitize the receptors. This often leads to a subsequent crash, characterized by low energy, brain fog, and lack of motivation, while also reinforcing addictive behaviors and poor impulse control. These are things that you don't want to have going on. It's just it's just the way it is. Missy Bram Bram, how you doing? Passing through. Glad you could stop by for the amen. If you're concerned about dopamine related moods or reward seeking behaviors, please, 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 firstly, acknowledge it. Recognize that you're going to need some help. And then, secondly, seek it out. Consult a mental health professional that can provide personalized guidance. Call an institution in your area that provide mental health assistance. Dopamine levels fluctuating can leave you with highs and lows, put you in a roller coaster state of well-being. And well, it's not all that well-being in that way. So be mindful of how you are reacting to certain things, how you are going through, what stage or state are you in? Are you constantly on a high and as such are losing out on sleep? Are you constantly on a low? Do you feel that some of the things that you used to do don't interest you anymore? The last time you made something, you wrote something, you played a game, it excited you, you did it, you're doing it now and it's just not the same. Well, with your next doctor's visit, you might want to talk with them about that. And don't clam up and hold back when you're talking with your medical professional, especially when it has to do with your mental well-being. Again, dopamine levels, you can't check it with a blood test. You're going to have to answer some questions. You're going to have to share a little bit about your experiences. Do so openly and honestly with your medical professional, because that's what they're there for. They're there to help you along the way. And if you do not have one in your arsenal, if you don't know one, try to find one. Not just a medical professional, but a mental professional. I know a few mental health professionals, and every now and then I drop them a line. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, because I have to keep the lines of communication open because I never know when I'm gonna need one of them. If you don't know any, look up some in your area or link me, and I can possibly link you with some of them that I know. I haven't brought them on my broadcast in a while. I need to start bringing them back. These are good people doing great work, and they're from our communities. People from the Caribbean, people who grew up not having much, people who had much and understand the life of not having much, all walks of life. They just, at the end of the day, are people just like you and me and are relatable and uh, most importantly, they're honest. So, if you don't have one, get yourself a good medical professional, get yourself a good mental health professional, keep them close, uh, and visit them often. Whether it is once a year for you or twice a year, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, be mindful of your highs and your lows. Are they constant? Are you constantly high? Are you constantly low? Do you just break even and just mellow? Good. Once you're familiar with those things, you're well on your way. It was all about dopamine tonight, the highs and the lows. And I hope you got something out of it. Right now, I'm going to share with you something that gives me kind of a kind of a high. New music. And it's new music from one that we all know and love. Joanna Marie has a brand new track that is coming out on the 17th of July. And I'm going to play it for you. But before I do so, the Emerald Journey. There is Sim, please put the website in the chat. If you are on a personal journey of transformation, in that you've now realized that you want to know a little bit more about who you are, or you have taken a look at yourself and you've said, you know, I want to make a certain type of change. How do I go about doing it? You might want to go on the Emerald Journey. And so you can connect with this person here in the chat, the Emerald Journey, and she will help you on this journey. Some of you have heard me talk with her before. I've had her on as Zayla Trinity, and she has a couple of recordings that I have played, and I haven't played them in a long while, and I do need new material. Please and thank you, Sim. Hint, hint. I know you have a lot on your plate, but I want a new song. Thank you very much. But without further ado, I present to you this segment called Musical Therapy and the new music from Miss Joanna Marie. You know what? That is not the tempo of this song, and if she ever heard me play it like this, she would have my head. So let's do this again. The track is called No Strings Attached.
Oh, yeah. This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. If this was some stew, check out Kevin Stew. You wanna wait and see who gives the most comfort. Make a choice or you might get stuck. Lose your chance as you run out. Another might come and take up the ground. He may be the one sitting on the throne. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start.
A song, the writing skills of my brethren Lesmond Foster.
You say you wanna be with me, yet with another you're trying to flirt. You say you wanna wait and see who gives the most comfort. Make a choice or you might get stuck. Lose your chance as you run out. Another might come and take up the ground. He may be the one sitting on the throne. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. Who you gonna blame if you get left behind? You know what you got, so what you try to find. You can play the field if that's what you need. If that's a hunger you're trying to feed. Life makes no promises or give guarantees. The grass isn't greener from what you see. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start.
And some of you are experiencing quite the thrill tonight. This is the first single from the upcoming album. Yeah, Joanna Marie has an album coming out.
You have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Make up your mind, you can't have no.
This is the first single
To fill your cup.
from the album.
Need to know which way is up. Wanting on word more than
It's called No Strings Attached.
careful not to slip. I may not be back.
Get used to this one, yeah?
What you gonna do to fill the gap when your heart aches for me and it just won't stop? Oh.
The album is titled The Journey. This is No Strings Attached.
You say you wanna be with me, yet with another you're trying to flirt. You say you wanna wait and see who gives the most comfort. Make a choice or you might get stuck. Lose your chance as you run out. Another might come and take up the ground. He may be the one sitting on the throne. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. Who you gonna blame if you get left behind? You know what you got, so what you try to find. You can play the field if that's what you need. If that's a hunger you're trying to feed. Life makes no promises or give guarantees. The grass isn't greener from what you see. respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. You have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Make up your mind, you can't have no doubt. If I'm the one to fill your cup, then you need to know which way is up. Wanting onward more than any outside. Careful not to slip, I may not be by your side. What you gonna do to fill the gap when your heart aches for me and it just won't stop? If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start.
Merle, you know I'll play a song from you.
You say you wanna be with me, yet with another you're trying to flirt. You say you wanna wait and see who gives the most comfort. Make your choice or you might get lose your chance cause you run out of luck. Another might come and take up the crown. He may be the one sitting on the throne. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that. If you love me, respect my heart. Love has to be real from the start. If you love me with no strings attached. I'm not a puppet, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, man, that one nice. I'll see if I can play it for you again before the night is out. It's called No Strings Attached, and I can tell you, Ed is so excited about this album. Trust and believe he is. This is one of the more recent tributes to Ernie Smith, courtesy of Yishka. It's called Walk Good Ernie. Walk Good Ernie. Son of Yishka.
the one we used to take when the sun going down.
One more tribute for Ernie.
Say one day we're gonna slow this thing.
This one from Joanna Marie.
But you were always moving, always chasing a dream.
It's called What Good My Friend.
I stood right there through the rise and the fall. Backstage cried while you answered the call. You carried stories only music could tell. Somehow you made hard times sound like a spell. So walk good, my friend, don't you worry about me. I'm standing strong in the place I should be. All of the years, every word, every song, still living right here, still carrying on. And I'm good where I stand. But a piece of my heart gon' travel with you, my friend. So walk good, wherever you be. You left your light right here with me.
Yes, my silver, this is Ed Robinson. And for true, you're listening to Kevin Stew.
Just a nod and a grin like you knew every soul that you were singing to then. You never wait for the world to see. You just sang true and it came naturally. And I want you give what you had inside. No act, no mask, just you and your pride. So walk good, my friend, don't you worry about me. I'm standing firm in the space you have me made. Every lesson, every road that we knew still echo in everything I do. And I'm good where I stand. But a piece of my heart won't travel with you, my friend. So walk good, wherever you be. You left your light right here with me. Now you won't feel quiet, but I understand. Every journey got a place where it lands. And I won't hold you back, I just lift you in song. Cause the love we felt still carry me on. So what good, my friend? Walk good, my friend. Till we meet again. And I'm good, yeah, I'm good where I stand. But a piece of my heart with you, my friend.
I don't know where your soul's going. They leave this earth, but I've been told it's lovely there.
You know, Merle losing her mind right about now.
I'd imagine it be endless. Fields of golden green, trees growing everywhere.
A little G Cole for you.
Memphis made some years ago.
It's tribute to Ernie.
Coolest of people that I've ever known.
It's called There Goes That Man.
Knew this man, you love him too. He had that aura, you only find in a few.
Hey Carla, how you doing?
Oh, there goes that man. Yeah. There goes that man. There goes that man. There goes that man. He's flying away, but I got a feeling I'm gonna see him someday. See, there goes that man. He's flying through space, and even in pain, he's got a smile on his face.
Much love, JM Reggae.
There goes that man. Oh, and there goes my friend.
gentlemen, Mr. Ernie Smith.
When I went to do my first recording, they asked me, what is my name? I said Glenroy Smith. I said, no man, that's going to look terrible on an album cover.
I don't know where souls going. They leave this earth, but I
Yes, Merle. I got your guy on the turntable. Jonah, you know we love you all the time. You know it go.
hills of gold and green, trees growing everywhere. There goes that man. There goes that man. Ha, ha, ha. There goes that man. Oh, na, na, na. There goes my friend.
For my people in Jamaica. Gonna play 3 tracks for you that you won't hear in the festival song competition.
Jamaica, land of food and water, blessed by the Father. From Moran Point to Negri Shore, we culture rich forever.
This one is called Sweet Jamaica Rise,
Sun to send and breathe,
courtesy of your Mystic.
sail throughout all seas. Hard-working people, strong and free, building the future faithfully. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again, again and again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friend. Tell them, sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again, again and again. Tell them the black, green, and gold is forever mine, my friend. Tell them, rise your flag and make them fly. From the mountain, kiss the sky. Bold and proud for the world to see. Jamaica, land of unity. From Marcus Garvey, vision clear. Oh, Marcus Garvey, do not need courage without fear. Oh, Louise Bennett, words and rhyme. To Bob Marley vibes across all time. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again, again and again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friend. Tell them, sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again, again and again. Tell them the black, green, and gold is forever mine, my friend. One more thing, farmers plant, we teachers guide. Our athletes run with national pride. Creative minds, we heart so strong. Proud and strong, then sing along there. One day, one destiny. Strength in our unity. One day, one destiny. Oh, join the choir, come sing with me. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Rise and shine again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friend. Shine bright for the world to see. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Jamaica, land of unity.
Well, that's why I'm here playing these songs for you, Merle.
Never mind, my friend. Sweet Jamaica.
This is Winchester T. So Jamaica is sweet.
In 1962, the pride of our nation comes alive. Independence from slavery, symbols for you and me. The black, green, and gold continues to shine throughout the world. We shock them with intelligence displayed by our boys and girls. Jamaica is sweet. Can't you feel the reggae beat? The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat, and the music we play is sweet. Jamaica is grand, Jamaica is grand. We want the world to understand There's so much love in this little.
These three songs that I'm playing, Rejected.
Out of many we are one is the motto of inclusion.
But them people don't know no better.
Who came from different nations, we gained freedom through revolution. No more slavery, thanks to some sharp and them fight for we rights so we can be free. Continually, Jamaica is free. Came to feel the reggae beat. The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat and the music just make it sweet. Jamaica is grand, Jamaica is grand. We want the world.
This is what musical therapy is all about. Making you feel real good.
This little island was
You feel the dopamine just flowing through your system.
Jamaica is sweet. Can't you feel the reggae beat? Jamaica is grand.
So, Jonah, just to let you know,
I know
everybody loved the new tune here.
The blood, green and gold continues to shine throughout the world. We shot them with intelligence displayed by our boys and girls. Let's tell everyone, our people must understand. We must plant what we eat and eat what we grow, and let the good vibe flow. Jamaica is sweet, Jamaica is sweet. Can't you feel the reggae beat? The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat and the music just make it sweet.
This is the third of the three. This is the Greaves Brothers.
Jamaica, Jamaica, we always endure. Jamaica, Jamaica, like the Phoenix for sure. Jamaica, Jamaica, we know.
It's simply called Jamaica, Jamaica.
Jamaica, Jamaica, out of many we are one. From barefoot days and dusty road, dancehall songs and mango trees. Mama calling when the sun goes down. Life was simple, hearts were free. School bell ringing, laugh out loud. Sunday rice and beef. Through the struggle we still smile. That's the way it always been. Jamaica, Jamaica, we always endure. Jamaica, Jamaica, like the Phoenix for sure. Jamaica, Jamaica, we know we have fun. Jamaica, Jamaica, out of many we are one. From the hills right to the sea, every color, every name, different part, one destiny. Still we play the same fun game. When the world feels heavy, we still find a way to lift each other when we fall. That's the Jamaican way, no matter where we roll.
This is where we part company with y'all tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out. Do remember, look out for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for them today, because you never know it's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, kevinstew.com. And on Saturdays, Saturday Stew and Reason with Ratigan. Catch you then. Y'all be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here. Take care until.
Jamaica people know how we have fun. Day and night the party can't done. No matter where we go, no matter where we roam, Jamaica is our home. Jamaica, Jamaica, we always enjoy.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.